Children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today from chapter 3 we will be continuing the birds lesson in today's session, children. So yesterday we have just started the topic, where do birds live? No, so where do birds live? And we already learnt that some birds live in its nets. No, birds live in their nets. As we live in our houses, they live in their nets. Nest is the house of the birds. Okay, so here yesterday we have discussed about this Tyler bird's nest. No, Tyler bird's nest. See here in the picture how this Tyler bird has built its nest. No, by what did it build, children? By the grass, straw, dry leaves, twigs, pieces of cloth, paper, threads, and all this. No, it is going to sew the nest with all these materials. So as the tailor stitches the clothes for us, even this Tyler bird, it stitches its nets, in the sense it sews its nest. Okay, children, so that is why we call this as a Tyler bird. No, okay, now we are going to learn about some other birds which built their nets. So here the weaver bird. So we'll be learning about the weaver bird. The weaver bird uses its beak to weave a strong cup-shaped nest using twigs and dry grass. Okay, children, weaver bird. Weaver, who is a weaver? Who is a weaver? A weaver is a person who weave the cloth. No, so same like that here, this bird is called as a weaver bird. Now what does it do? It uses its beak. So with its beak here, it is going to weave a strong cup-shaped nest. So how is the nest, children? In which shape? It is in a cup-shaped. See here, it is in a cup-shaped, no? And it is very strong. So what does it is using? What is it is using to build this nest? It is using twigs and dry grass. Twigs means like branches of tree, small shoots of the tree or branches of the tree, we call them as twigs. Okay, children, so this is using the branches of the trees and also the dry grass to weave a strong and cup-shaped nest. Okay, and the nest usually hangs from the branch of a tree. How is the nest? It hangs from the branch of the tree. Okay, have you observed anywhere in your surroundings or in the pictures or in any TV programs, when you go with these birds Discovery Channel, you can see there the nets of the birds, no, different type of nets. No, before we learnt about the Tyler bird nest. No, see here, weaver's bird nest. So this nest, it is going to hang from the branch of the tree. Okay, it has a small tunnel-like opening at the bottom from where the bird enters. See, children, from where does the bird enter here? It enters from the down, from the downside, that is the bottom. This is the entry for this bird to enter into its nest. So it has got a small tunnel-like opening. So this is the opening of the bird. Okay, so from the bottom where it can enter inside the nest. Okay, children, the woodpecker makes holes in tree trunks with its beak to make a nest. Now what about the woodpecker? So what is woodpecker, children? Which makes the holes on the trunks of the trees and eats the insects from that trunk. No, so this woodpecker, it makes holes in the tree trunks with its beak to make a nest. So woodpecker also builds its nest on the or in the tree trunk holes. Clear, children? And what about penguins here? Penguins make their nets on the grounds. Where do penguins live, children? Penguins live in cold regions. No, so they cannot fly. No, penguins, they cannot fly. Even though they belong to birds category, they cannot fly. So that is why they make nets on the ground, because they live on the ground. Okay, and since they live in cold places, it is difficult to find twigs and grass in such places. So hence they make their nets with pebbles and stones. Now, as we said, they live in cold places. In cold places, you cannot find grass and much more plants. So it cannot make nets with this plant materials. Okay, so what does it find there then? It can only find stones and small stones. Pebbles are like small stones. Okay, so because of that, penguin, what does it do? It uses the small stones, that is the pebbles and stones, and makes its nest on the ground. Clear, children? So here we learnt about the weaver bird. Okay, it makes the nest using twigs and dry grass. Okay, and how is the shape of the nest, children? It is a cup shaped nest. No, and where does it enter? From which direction? From the bottom of the nest it is going to enter into its nest. Okay, and woodpecker, it makes the nest in the trunk, tree trunk, that is. And penguins are going to make their nest on the ground. And what do they use? They use pebbles and stones. Clear, children? Yes. Now we'll learn about some other birds. Birds like fowl, partridge build shallow nest on the ground. See, children, fowl and partridge. So these birds we do not see in our daily life. Okay, so these are also some rare birds which live in like wild forest areas. Okay, children. So these birds, how do they build? They build a shallow nest on the ground. Shallow in the sense a little deep nest. Deep nest on the ground. Okay. They scoop out mud and spread out straw and hay to make the nest soft and lay eggs. They scoop out mud. So because they are making the nest on the ground, they'll scoop out, in the sense they'll just take out the mud on the ground. They'll dig the ground. So while they dig the ground, what happened? They'll scoop out, they'll take out the mud and spread straw and hay. Straw and hay are nothing but the grass, children. The dry grass and all grass material, so that their nest becomes very soft and it can lay eggs in that nest. Clear, children? So they'll dig the ground. Okay, they'll take off the mud and they'll spread all the grass, so and they'll make a soft nest and then they lay the eggs in that nest. Clear, children? Which birds do like this? Fowl and partridge. And now they build nets in grassy fields to remain hidden from predators. So where do they build their nets? They build their nets in grassy fields. Field is nothing but a area with much more plants. No. So why do they want to build their nests in grass fields? Because if they are in the grass fields, so their enemies will not be able to see them. They'll hide themselves in that grass. Predators means what, children? Predators are the other animals which kill and eat the animals. Okay, even some animals, they eat birds, no, children? And sometimes even human beings also will kill the birds. No. So to escape from that enemies, they'll hide themselves in their grass fields and they'll make their nets and lay the eggs. Clear, children? Now owls, parrots and hornbills build their nets mostly in the hollow spaces of walls or trees. See, children, owls, parrots and hornbills. So these birds Where do they build their nests? They build their nests mostly in the hollow spaces of walls or trees. So walls, hollow spaces. So where if there is an empty space on the walls or trees, so these particular birds are going to build their nests there. Okay. Cuckoo. This is one more bird, children. Cuckoo does not make a nest. It lays its eggs in the crow's nest. The crow looks after its eggs and babies. See here, cuckoo, it does not make its own nest. This particular bird, it will not build its own nest. We have already learnt that the crow builds its own nest. And what do we call it as? We call it as crow's nest. No, this cuckoo, what does it do? It is going to lay its eggs in the crow's nest. And the crow is going to look after its eggs and babies. See how helpful is the crow? So even though this is not the parent, no, crow is not the parent of the cuckoo young ones. No, still it is going to look after its eggs and the babies. Clear, children? And now we learn one fact that penguin is the only bird that can walk upright. It cannot fly but can swim. See, children, penguin. No, it is the only bird which can walk upright. Normally birds, they'll fly. No, they'll fly and they cannot walk upright in the sense like this straight. No, even though they walk, they cannot walk like this straight. So, and this penguin, it cannot fly but it can swim. Clear, children? And if you observe here, see here, this is the nest of the penguin. So, which is built with pebbles and stones. See here, pebbles and stones. Got an idea of the penguin nest, how it is? See, it is very clear in this picture. Clear, children? Yes. Now, we learn about how these birds, they care the young ones. No. So, as our mothers care about us. No, not only mother, even father, like our parents, how do they care for us? So, even the birds, they care for their babies. How do they care? We'll just see here. The mother bird lays its eggs in its nest and keeps them warm until they hatch into young ones. See, all the birds, maximum, they are going to lay the eggs. No. So, and what do they do after laying its eggs? So, they have to give them the warmth. In the sense, they have to keep them warm. No. So, what does this mother bird do? So, after it lays its eggs in its nests, so they are going to keep them warm until they hatch into young ones. Hatch into young ones in the sense, children, until they come out of the eggshell. Breaking the eggshell, they have to come out. That is known as hatching. No. So, until these birds, these young ones, as you see in the picture here, so they have come out from the egg now and they are very small. So, this mother is going to keep them warm until they come out like this. The father bird helps to protect the eggs from enemies. And what does the father bird do? He is going to protect the eggs from the enemies. What are the enemies? The other birds and animals. No, which are going to eat these eggs and the small ones. No, young ones. So, as the mother bird, it is going to keep them warm. The father bird is going to protect them from the enemies. Okay. And once the babies hatch out, they cannot fly as they are weak, featherless and cannot see. So, once the babies hatch out, once they are born, in the sense they have come out from the egg, so they cannot fly. Why they cannot fly? Because they are very weak and they are not having feathers. No, and they cannot see. Yes or no, children? Even when we are born, human beings, we are born, can we walk directly after we are born? Can we see? No. So we will be very weak. No, our parents have to protect us. So until we get strength. So same like that here also, birds when they are hatched out, so they are very weak and they cannot fly because they do not have feathers and they cannot see also. So the parent birds help them in feeding. So that is why the parent bird, what does it do? It is going to help them in feeding. In the sense, it is going to provide them the food. See here, the bird, the mother bird or the father bird. So they are going to collect the food and they are going to feed them. So see here, they have got some food and they are going to put this food into the mouths of the young one. Can you see here in the picture, children, how the young ones have opened their mouths to eat that food? So like this, so the parent birds help them in feeding. They take care of their young ones until they develop feathers and learn to fly and search for food on their own. So until what time they are going to feed their children? Until they get strength. Okay, until they get strength and until they develop feathers. Feathers, because to fly they need feathers. No, so until they get the feathers and learn to fly, so they are going to feed them. So once if the birds, the young birds start flying, then they can find their food. No, they'll fly and go from one place to other place and they can eat their own food. They can find and eat their own food. So until that time, the parents of these young ones, the parent birds are going to feed them. In the sense, give them the food. Clear, children? Okay. So here are some words, children, like beaks, talons, patching, wading, feathers, nets. So these are all the words which are connected to these birds. Okay. So try to learn the spellings of these words and repeat these words for yourself. Now here we'll just learn some meanings for these words, children. Some of the words here. Talons. What is talons? The sharp and curved claws of flesh-eating animals. Sharp and curved claws of flesh-eating animals. So flesh-eating animals in the sense, for example, vulture, owl, eagle, all this. So their claws, how are their claws? They are very sharp and curved claws. So these claws are called as talons. Okay. Now flight muscles. What do you mean by flight muscles? Muscles that attach the wings to the bird's body and help in flying. No, we have learnt that birds have got a pair of wings. No, two wings and a tail. No, these muscles which are attached, which attach to the wings to the bird's body are called flight muscles, which help them in flying. Upstroke. Upstroke means the movement of wings in upward and backward direction. Upstroke in the sense the wings which move in upward and backward direction. Downstroke. Downstroke means the movement of wings in downward and forward direction. Downward and forward. Forward in the sense like front. Okay. Downward and forward directions. Nest. What is a nest, children? The place where the birds live with their young ones. Okay, clear, children? So try to by heart these meanings. And what did we learn until now from our birds lesson? Birds do not have teeth. They use their beaks to catch and eat food. No, they do not have teeth, but they'll use their beak to catch and eat the food. The feet and claws of the birds help them to hold the food and also to move around. Yes, no. So, how are they going to move, children? They are going to move through their feet and claws. Okay, and also they hold their food also. And birds, how do they fly? Birds fly with the help of their wings and tail. Now, the fourth point, birds have three kinds of feathers. No, what are they? Body feathers, down feathers and flight feathers. No, body feathers, down feathers and flight feathers. Clear children? Now, here are some exercises so which we have to do. So let us do these exercises together children. So be ready for this. Now fill in the blanks with the correct words. First one is birds have dash feet. Birds have dash feet. How many feet do they have? They have 2 feet. No, 4 or 2? 2 feet. Second one, the birds that can walk in shallow water are known as dash birds, which can walk in shallow water. You have to be very careful. Birds can also swim in the water. Some birds, some can walk in shallow water. Which can swim in shallow water is like duck. No, it has got a webbed feet. Which can walk like crane. So what type of bird it is? It is a wading bird. Okay, wading. Third one, the feathers that keep the bird's body warm are dash feathers. The feathers that keep the bird's body warm are down feathers, which are towards the down of their body. Clear children? Now the movement of wings in upward and backward direction is, see, upward and backward direction is upstroke. Okay. Dash build their nets with pebbles and stones. Dash build their nets with pebbles and stones. Either penguin or parrot. Yes, it is penguin because this lives on the ground. No, so that is why it doesn't get any grass or such type of material because it lives in cold regions. So penguin is the correct answer. Clear children? Now we'll go to the B exercises. That is, state the following statements as true or false. Now the type of beak a bird has depends on its feeding habit. Is it true or false children? So we have learnt that birds have got different type of beaks, no? And how is that beak is designed according to its eating habit, no? So that is why this statement is true. The type of beak a bird has depends on its feeding habit. This is true. And the second one, hummingbird has long pointed and straw-like beak. Hummingbird. No, it is going to suck the nectar from the flowers. Hummingbird. So that is why it has got a long pointed and straw-like beak. Is it true? Yes, this is true. The third one, flight feathers are present mostly on the wings and tail of a bird. Flight feathers means what? The feathers which help the bird to fly. No. So where are they present children? On the wings and tail of a bird. Is it correct? Yes, this is also a true statement. Now the fourth one, all birds make nets and live in it. All birds make nets and live in it. Is it true children? No. So most of the birds make nets, but all the birds, they do not make nets. Okay children? So that is why this is the false answer. False statement. Fifth one, as soon as the babies hatch out of the eggs, they fly away. Is it true? Will they be very much strong that they can fly away after coming out of the eggs? That is, hatch out of the eggs? No. The babies cannot fly away. No, they do not have feathers. So that is why they cannot fly away. So this is a false statement. Clear children? Yes, now I'll go with the C exercise. So here you have given some description. So we have to name 2 for the each type of description. Like here, birds with a sharp and hooked beak. So we have to name 2 birds which have got sharp and hooked beak. Can you give me the answers children here? Yes, it is sharp and hooked beak. That is prey birds. Vulture vulture and owl. Okay. Now second one, birds with broad and flat beak. Broad and flat beak. So this broad beak, it has also got two holes on either side of the beak. No, I have already said to you and we have learnt this. Which type of bird has got like this, children? Yes, it is duck. Duck and goose. Okay. So why do they have broad and flat beak? Because they live in muddy water. So they'll eat all plants or insects which are there in that mud water. And when they take them into the beak, the excess water is going to come out by the holes, and only the food is, that is the solid food, that is only the insect or plant, is going to go into its mouth. So that is why they have got broad and flat beak, duck and goose. Preying birds. Preying birds means which kill the other animals and eat them as food. So for this also you can name eagle and owl. Even vulture also comes under preying bird also. Okay. Climbing birds. Climbing birds, children, which climb on the trees. Yes, woodpecker. And the other one is parrot. Okay. So these are the two birds, woodpecker and parrot. Fifth one, children, birds that build shallow nets on the ground. Okay, so what would you learn? That fowl and partridge. This is T, children. Okay, so you have all this information in your slide. So please check it once again. Okay, birds that build shallow nests are fowl and partridge. Okay, clear, children? So this is about the C exercises. And now here, identify and circle the odd one from the pictures given below. So identify and circle. So see, here you have got some 4 types of birds, children. So which is different from the other 3? Okay, so that we have to identify and circle. Okay, so we'll see. So which is different here? If you see, children, here in the picture, so this beak, according to the beak we have to differentiate. Okay, this beak, this beak. No, these 3 beaks look the same. No, these 3 beaks are a little hooked shaped beak. So whereas sparrow, this one is a sparrow, has got a short beak. No, so this is the odd one. Sparrow's beak is the odd one. Whereas the rest of the 3 beaks in the picture are the same. Clear, children? Now, here we have to match column A and column B. See here, there are some feet and claws of the birds here in column A, and here are the birds. No, so we have to identify to which bird does this feet belong. Okay, okay, we'll start doing this. Now A, this, see here, they are very thin legs, and 3 fingers are in the front and one is little above the leg. No, so what type of bird has got this feet, children? It is the hen. It is the hen. Okay, so that is A is of 5th one. Now B, see how it is. So it has got very strong toes. No, and it has got a curved claws. So this is nothing but of a praying bird. No, so here this matches with the first one, that is the vulture. B is of the first one. C, see here, see children, how is it? So two toes are in the front, two toes are at the back. No, which bird has got this children? Woodpecker. Not sorry, it is not woodpecker. It is, yes, sorry, it is woodpecker. No, so C is of fourth one. Clear? D, see how it is? The webbed feet. Which bird has got this? The bird which can swim. No, here, the duck. So D is of, matches the second bird. Now at the last, E. What is this E? Yes, it is the feet of a bird which can hold strongly the branches. No. So where are three toes are in the front and one toe is at the back. Yes, this is of the crow. No, E matches with the third bird, that is the crow. Clear children? So this is how the match the following is done for you. Clear? Now, so here we have to put a tick mark against the correct statements and cross against the wrong statements. Okay children? Okay, let us do now. So this is the life skills in the sense, so which we have to do or we must not do in our daily life. That is the life skill which we have to learn this, like what we have to do and what we have to not to do. Clear? The first one, we should not harm the birds. We should not harm the birds. Yes or no? Must we harm the birds? No. So this is the correct statement. Okay children? This is the correct statement. The first one, we should not harm the birds. Second one, we can destroy any of the bird's nest. So the bird has built the nest for laying eggs and to produce the young ones. No. So can we destroy that children? No. Is it good destroying the bird's nest? No. We should not destroy. We should not destroy it. No. So that is why the second one is a wrong statement. We should not tease any bird during bird watching. Yes. So must we teach any bird during bird watching? No, we should not tease. Tease in the sense like causing some type of trouble. Okay, distracting its attention. Okay. No, we should not do this. So correct one, correct statement. Fourth one, we should try to keep water and some grains or fruits in our balcony for bird survival or feeding. So how many are doing this children? So especially when summer comes, no, so most of the houses we keep some water or water for the animals outside the gate and some water in some containers inside the house or in the balconies. Why do we keep it? So that the animals outside like dogs, cats, they can drink the water, and inside in the sense the birds which fly over our balconies or on our front yards, they can drink some water. No, along with that water we also keep some grains. No, some grains, some rice grains, some wheat grains, some jowar, all that, so that we can feed them, we can give them some food for their survival, to keep them alive. Okay, shall we do that? Yes, we have to do that. We should definitely do that. You have to practice this habit from now, because you are a small child, you have to learn such type of good habits. No, so we must keep some water or some grains for birds for their survival. This is the right statement. Fifth one, we can kill birds for our needs. We can kill birds for our needs. No, this is like a wrong statement. We should not kill birds. But sometimes people kill birds, but it's always good. We must not keep, we should not, or we must not kill the birds. Okay, children? Okay, now this is a wrong statement. Clear, children? Now, so this is what we have learnt about birds, and and these are the things which we have to practice in our daily life to protect the birds. Clear, children? Now, so I am going to end here in today's session. So we will be continuing in tomorrow's session with another topic. Okay, so until then, take care and goodbye. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest